Okay, so media writing and storytelling is the first class that you take after your introduction course into Gaylord, and basically it just focuses on different styles of writing in the media world. So it introduces us to like radio and how they write for radio to prepare, and different examples such as that. Okay, so the different types of assignments that you can expect is they're basically all writing assignments, but we have like the radio type, which will be VOSOTs, so voiceover, sound over tape. So you're basically writing what the radio people are going to be reading. It's like their script. And then we have some press releases that's focused more on like the PR side. And then we also have some assignments that are specific to editing and grammar. And then we also have some like interview styles and ad writing and copyright and stuff like that. Okay, so before you take this class, you have to take the LST, which is basically grammar focused and copyright focused. So if you do well on that, definitely like you're already on a great head start. And then also one of the like textbooks is the AP style book by the Associated Press, and that's going to be like your Bible in this class. So basically you have to use that for every single assignment that you do, and that's how you make sure that you're editing things properly and citing things properly. So it's definitely a good idea to look at it first so that you're not really confused when you get into the class. Okay, so my number one tip for this class, and this sounds kind of unconventional, but try and find a friend who already took the class, and it's really good to ask for help. So because each assignment you're doing is so different from the last, each one you don't really know what to expect, and sometimes the teacher isn't really specific with their instructions. So it's helpful to ask someone who's already taken it if you can maybe look at their stuff or get some advice. And obviously don't copy it, but it can give you a really good idea of what the teacher is expecting. And then if you can't find a friend, then really ask the teacher what they're expecting, because the little stuff is where your grades will get docked. So like be very specific with the instructions.
You'll learn terms of research and why it's important to use multiple methods like MRI-Simmons and SPSS, and later in the year you'll be able to apply your learning and conduct research to help a business here in Norman. Research requires a lot of attention to detail in order to gain the right insight for your consumer. It's also time-consuming to get the right question to get the answer you want in your research, and it's tedious in order to sort through all of that data and report back to your client. It's also challenging to work with different people because you are assigned a random group in this class. I recommend taking detailed notes, asking lots of questions. Your professor will be your best friend. Always stay in constant communication with your group, whether it's texting about a project or meeting in person, getting on Zoom, whatever it may be. Don't go a week without communicating with them. Have multiple eyes on your SPSS or MRI-Simmons work. Two pairs of eyes is better than one. And then get your focus groups done early. The earlier you do them, the better you will do in the class.
So advertising media is a class that you will likely take in your junior year. Essentially, it is one long project all semester, and you are creating a full media plan for a hypothetical client. So the best way to get the assignment done in time is to start at the very beginning and don't stop till you get to the end. There honestly shouldn't be a week where you don't have anything to do. If you aren't doing something, you are going to get behind. That being said, if you don't want to freak out towards the end, then filling your weeks with stuff rather than just being lazy one week is a great way to make sure that you're not panicked at the end, and it definitely shows in the final presentation. The first mistake I can think of that I've seen in my time as a TA and as a student in ad media is to not use the full budget. That is just the easiest way to piss Jim off. He will get so mad if you do not use the full budget. It shows that you didn't really care enough about the client to use all the money that they've set aside for this media plan, and you don't feel that their project is important enough to warrant finding allocation for each one of those dollars. The second mistake I've seen quite a few times is a really simple one, and that is to not make the color of your presentation your brand's color. So last semester, one of the clients, or the client, was Target, who everybody knows is red. That is a very distinct part of Target's brand identity, and one of the groups made their presentation in blue, and they got lit up by Jim. That happened my year as well with Honda and Acura. It's just a really easy turnoff for Jim, and he will definitely say something about it at the end of the presentation. So make sure that the color matches your clients. So the best tip I can give is to make sure that from the very beginning, your target audience informs every single decision that you make in the media plan. If your allocation of dollars does not reflect what your target audience wants, it's just not a good plan. Then it has no strategy behind it, and Jim will definitely ask you why you chose something specific. If you make a decision that Jim doesn't agree with, but you can back it up with your target audience, he will definitely respect that and recognize the validity and still using your target audience to inform every step of the process.